everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I want to welcome you to Bethune-Cookman and introduce you to Bethune-Cookman President Hubert Grimes.
Thank you, Nancy, and we want to welcome all of you here to School Built on Faith. And of course, this afternoon we have a very special announcement that's going to be made, and we're glad that you can come out and share as a part of that. And at this particular time, I'd like to bring to the microphone that's already in front of him the chair of our Board of Trustees, the Honorable Belvin Perry.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
As Judge Grimes said, this institution is built on faith. It was created by Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune. As you know, I assumed this role about 18 days ago, and I can tell you that we have been working feverishly with the administration to do the things we need to do to ensure the stability and future of Bethune-Cookman University. To my right are two of my law partners. To my immediate right is Mr. Frank Kruppenbacher, who's also the chair of the Orlando Aviation Authority. And to the right of Mr. Kruppenbacher is Mr. Clem, who is the global managing partner for the Morgan&Morgan law firm, which stretches from coast to coast with over 450 lawyers. And you all have heard our slogan, for the people. This will be another example of the Morgan&Morgan law firm for the people. And I'm very excited about what is about to happen. As you know, we have started taking cuts here, and we've cut a substantial portion of money. We will continue to cut, but one of the things in order to assure the stability is the ability to raise additional funds. And I'm talking about big funds. And we are on the verge of creating something I think that will benefit Bethune-Cookman University. It is in the infant stages, but I'm excited that we have started this. There will be some pieces that we will have to put together. But all journeys start with one step. At this time, I will let Mr. Kruppenbacher make some remarks.
Good evening. Call me Frank, it's a lot easier. The difference between Xander and me is Xander's down the hallway and my office is next to John Morgan, so I can always get to John before Xander's going to tackle me. I did not know something till I just heard President Grimes say it, that it was a school founded on faith. Years ago, I was asked to say the opening comments at the mayor's prayer breakfast in Orlando, and beforehand I was talking with some people, and somebody asked me what I thought the greatest gift was my parents gave me, and I'm trying to think of Car. Well, then I was sitting there before I was to go up, and I was really reflecting on it, and I really think the greatest gift they gave me was my faith. And it was nice to hear you, President Grimes, talk about that, particularly in these days. Okay, we came over, we'll be brief. We learned through Belvin of his love for Bethune-Cookman. She's going into Statutory Hall in Tallahassee, Washington, and that the school had needs help with financing, with money. Both Sandra and I, so you know, are the Republican arm of Morgan&Morgan. John's the Democratic arm. The one thing I've learned over the years is whether you're Democrat or Republican, a group that controls the money in this country are all the same people. And if you have access to them, you have a shot at helping good causes. And Belvin expressed to us his desire. He spoke with John and us about wanting, could we help? And John stepped up and said, convey that. Right now, John's very confident in the stability of the leadership on the board and the president and the way Bethune-Cookman is going right now. And as long as it's moving in that direction, he wanted me to communicate that he is prepared to use and help, use his contacts and help with dealing with financial issues with the school. More specifically, he talked to me about, and Belvin about, let's get Bill Clinton to come down, let's get Barack to come down, let's get Nancy Pelosi to come down and start using contacts to try and help the school and build the school into a financial solid institution. And he personally knows those people exceedingly well. I can't fathom a better cause to come to Florida than to help the school. So we're committed to doing that as a firm, particularly with the leadership we're seeing, particularly the fact Belvin loves Bethune-Cookman and the way we are. There's a group of us that are very close. If Belvin loves it, we love it. So we wanted to come and communicate that with everybody. And in the future, we'll start working on details together to do these things. Dan?
Yeah, I don't have much more to add other than to say that, Bethune is obviously, a landmark institution, not just in this community, but to the entire state of Florida. And I come from a family of educators. My great-grandfather was president of the University of Florida back in the early 1900s. My granddad was an English professor there for years and years and years. And so we understand the value of these kind of institutions in our state. It's everything. And so as Frank was alluding to, before you can get to financial stability, you have to have stability in leadership. And, I've known Belvin for a very long time. I've tried cases in his courtroom when he was wearing the black robe, and he was in charge of me and telling me how to do things. And he's a great leader on the bench. He's been a great leader with our firm. So when Belvin Perry says he's behind something, I'm behind it. And the firm is, and John is, and Frank Kruppenbacher is. And so, you follow leaders. And Belvin Perry's the type of guy that leads from the front, always has and always will. And so if he says he believes in the institution of leadership currently, by God, I do. And so, as Frank alluded to, the details of the support will be forthcoming. But appreciate you guys being here tonight. I am happy to be standing here by Belvin Perry by this institution.
Folks, I thought it was very important for the Wildcat Nation to hear those remarks. Our goal simply here at Bethune-Cookman University, despite what has happened in the past, is not only to survive, but to thrive. We will accomplish that by working together, pulling the same weight. We all have different opinions. We all have different goals. But the one goal we should never stray from is the goal that our founder, Dr. McLeod Bethune, set before us. And that is the education of young minds. And we must never forget that's why we are here. Yes, the road is going to be tough as we move forward. But this is just a small step, but a very giant step. John Morgan is a very gifted lawyer who has set one of the most prestigious law firms in this nation. But there's the other side to John Morgan, that he actually cares about people. And this is simply an extension of John Morgan and the Morgan&Morgan law firm's family. We ask for your prayers, and we ask for your support. And we ask that you spread the good news, not the bad news about Bethune-Cookman. And you're going to hear detractors. That's just a part of life. But we need to march forward. There are good things happening at Bethune-Cookman. And those good things will happen as we continue to work together, pray together, and stay together. This is a great institution. And despite what our past has demonstrated, the negative things, I think we have a very bright future. I mean, when you have a person like John Morgan and you have the likes of Barack Obama, Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House, and Bill Clinton, that is some truly star power. And as we move down this road to thriving, we will get there. We're going to have some troubled days ahead, but we will get there in the end. Keep us in your prayers, and thank you very much.
I just want to say, we're going to bring in some real big star power like Rick Scott and Marco Rubio.
Oh, one of our partners and one of the individuals that we overlooked is Robert Kennedy Jr. He is a partner in the law firm of Morgan&Morgan. He's based in California, I believe, and he was here about 2 or 3 weeks ago and when I was discussing this matter with John. So that's the team, and we will continue to build on that team as the weeks go by.
And if any of the news media has any questions, Judge Perry would take a couple of questions.
You guys mentioned obviously some big names and said big star power. You know, do you guys have them slated to already start coming here to help fundraise, or how would you use that?
I can speak to that.
Sure.
John is committed to helping with the current leadership being stabilized with Belvin in his role. And so we will work on those details to lay out the plan. John has spoken to some people about it already, and then we'll start moving forward.
Can you give us some more details about how to fundraise? Like, obviously bring in these people that you were talking about. I mean, are there any other ways or campaigns, or how else?
The details, as the saying goes, the devil's always in the details. We will begin to work on the details. As you know, a comprehensive plan requires a lot of work, and we're beginning to work on that now. The biggest thing was getting people to commit. That's the first step, to commit. Also, when other people see people of that magnitude willing to come in and to help Bethune-Cookman at John Morgan's behest, that opens the door to other people. And there are things we have to do too. We have to, quote, get our house in order too. So it is a joint effort, and those plans will unfold. We have a clock. We have certain things we have to get done. But I thought it was very important to let everyone know that we're working. It requires cuts, financial restraint, and fundraising. We cannot get ourselves out of this without all of those things being done, and that's what we're trying to do.
What message do you want to send potential donors who might want to give money, given that it has been a tumultuous couple of years?
We are the keeper. I've said this my whole life as an adult. We're the keeper of the dreams of our children. And the students at this school right now are critically vital to the future of this state and nation. And if you want to spend money well, you spend it developing your youth. And there isn't a better way to do it than a school like this that's been faith-based and has a mission. And I think there are a lot of people out there that will step up to help. The key will be, I've been with John a long time. John's very, very cautious about when he lets his name to anything. And so stability, solid leadership, I think gives confidence in people that they're not wasting their time and money. So I think I go back to anybody who tells me that investing in young people isn't the best thing to do. It is. So I think it sells itself.
Is the more than $120 million in debt, is that daunting, or is that something that you guys think you can handle?
The short answer, yes, it's daunting, but it's how you eat an elephant. You eat it one bite at a time, and we will get there. And I am confident if as long as we stay on the path that we are going now, we're working together, we will get there. And there are ways to deal with debt. And I truly believe we will get there.
I look at it, my wife and my sponsor, I don't normally talk about this, some children in a village on the African continent, and the reality is it doesn't cost much per day. I think it's just how you explain it, how you talk about it, and people, they want to know, I believe, big donors, that what they're doing is actually resulting in a positive impact, as opposed to they're giving money and the administration is making money. So I think the key is you literally lay out a solid plan where they realize they're building a school, and it's got an end product of great kids.
You know, this might seem like an answer, a question you can't answer, but I mean, is there like a goal in terms of like, we want to get rid of this debt in 2 years, 3 years? I mean, is that something that's being talked about?
We want to get rid of the debt. I can't tell you how long it's going to take, because we've got to lay out this and start thinking through how we get there, but the goal is to eliminate the debt.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you all.